everybody? It's your boy Aaron, aka Widow Lifestyle, and I hope you guys are enjoying your day today. And if you are, I want you to continue to enjoy your day today. Now, today I'm here to bring you guys some crazy stuff. Today, I'm here to announce that I have officially started a beat channel. So that way, if you guys want to listen to some of the beats I create, I will post some of them, whenever necessary, I guess. And yeah, that's it. That's for this announcement. And one of the beats on my channel, I have a little mark. I don't know what this is, but it's on my cheekbone. But one of the beats on my channel, I'm gonna show you guys how I made it. Now, I must say I'm very proud of this beat. I'm really proud of this beat only because it's different from a lot of the beats that I make, and I just like listening to it. So I'm gonna show you guys how I made this beat called Litty in the Club. Here we go. Bam. So boom. This is how the beat looks so far. Or this is what you guys see. Now, here's where I started out. Originally, I was playing around with the piano that I have, and I just started, playing different strings and all that extra. And I came across this pad on this VST called Alpha Free, I think. Is it Alpha Free? Is it Alpha Free? Yes, it is Alpha Free. Okay. I came across this pad on Alpha Free, and I just started playing around with the piano on the pad, and this is what I came up with. Now, boom. That's the intro melody and kind of the chorus melody. Now, what I decided to do with this was I wanted to add a little, a club feel to it, because a lot of the beats that I make are kind of just like, like you could rap to, but it doesn't really have something, you could vibe to. You know what I mean? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make it a club type beat, and have fun with it. Now, if we go over here, you'll see that the notes are a lot smaller. So boom, this is what I did. I started, I guess, timing it. I don't know, but before it went from this to here, now it's here, here, to here, to yeah. So boom, this is what it sounds like. Now, to add a little bit more fullness to it, I did go down here, and I did add a lower note to it. What I did was I I cloned the pad, and I just put it down here. One thing I always get about some of my beats that a lot of people tell me is that they don't sound full. And at the moment, I didn't really know what that was or what that meant, because to me, my beat sounded just all right. But then, as I did research, I kind of realized what people are saying. So from now on, I'm gonna try to make my beats sound more fuller and full of space instead of just But boom, this is what I came up with to add a little bit more fuller thing to it. So boom, you put those two together. Now, as you can see, there's this thing called locomotive on here. It's not really the locomotive you're thinking of. It's actually a whole nother thing. Yeah, Dext. I found it off this VST. And the reason why I don't change the names is because I guess I don't know how. Like, if I get an 808 from down south drum kit and I put an 808 from an East Coast drum kit, it's still gonna say down south drum kit. I don't know how to change it per se, so yeah. But what I did with the locomotive was I didn't necessarily know what to add to the melody per se, so I was just kind of playing around on the piano, and you know, there's this thing, Thunder 3. I'm not an expert at knowing all these instruments, so but mainly I played around on the piano, fixed it up with the mouse, and you know, did a little touch ups to it, and this is what I came out with. Now, if we go all the way over here, you are going to hear that, or no, not here. You're going to see that there's this and there's this, right? So here's what I did. What I wanted to do was I wanted to add a little bit more feel to the chorus, but I didn't want to add too much. So my original plan was to keep this plain and to make this effecty because I wanted it to echo a bit. But see, now that I listen to it and now that I actually hear what it sounds like without the effects, this sounds better with the effects, and this just sounds good just the way it is. And like it adds on more to the other part of the chorus because I slow down, I go back to the bigger notes, and boom. It sounds perfect. Perfect as all could be. Let me give you an example. And after a while, you're going to hear what I mean. This sounds very cool. Sounds very, very cool. Now, boom. Let's run into what I use for the VSTs for the instruments. M equalizer. I'm not hating on FL Studio's equalizer, but it's always nice to use something different. That's what I did for the pad, and that's how I made it look. I try to make it look all good and, you know, make it sound all good. Sometimes I copy off of I don't necessarily copy off of styles, but like the way that the things look in the tutorial videos on YouTube, sometimes I try to do that. But that's when, you know, you're just trying to be like somebody else. Eventually, and I'm stupid for even thinking like that, but eventually I just learned that you got to listen to what you're making in order for you to completely get it. You know what I mean? So that's what I did. And then next is the stereo expander. Now, boom. Def like that, high pass frequency like that, low pass frequency because of that. I even played around with this a little bit. You know, it didn't really do much of anything, but it did make the thing sound marvelous. It did make the pad sound magnificento. And it sounds like you're actually in the club vibing out. I would have added reverb to it, but the pad already had reverb added to the pad already, so that's that. Next is the Thunder. Now here's what I did. I wanted to make it match the beat, but I didn't want to make it match the beat. So what I did was I started listening and I started like just playing around with the sound of the locomotive. So boom. I started messing around with the Fruity EQ. You feel me? See, like I said, I don't hate. I love the Fruity EQ. I love it. I love the fruitiness of it. Because what happens is when you don't have all those times to find those expensive, like, okay, I'm gonna not go into graphic detail, but long story short, FL Studio is so damn convenient, it's not even funny. Now, boom. Another thing that makes it convenient is the picture. Now, a lot of people are going to be wondering, why do I put auto-tune on some of my instruments? Sometimes it sounds good. I'm not going to lie. It does. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't add it to each and every single instrument. Like, I may put it on a guitar. You know what I mean? I tried that before. Don't know where that beat is, but hey. Next is the M Vibrato. Go up there. I have a lot of VSTs from the... who makes this? Well, something. M something. I have a lot of VSTs from them. It came with a whole pack, but these are pretty good VSTs. I'm not gonna lie and say I know what this is for. All I know is it made the sound a lot better. Then I did add this, and this kind of made it sound a lot more realer. You know what I mean? It made it sound a lot more just secure in its sound, and I like that. Now, as you can see, there's the delay and it's kind of down over there. Why? Because if you listen to it, like I don't want to put delay on all my instruments because sometimes like the sound just gets annoying. So what I did with this one is I turned it down to that so that way it doesn't play that often, and so that way it's just like it's still an enjoyable thing, you know? And then for the reverb, I added reverb. Sometimes I don't even touch these. I literally just play around with the screen. And that's how I make reverb work. And yeah, we're gonna go down to the patterns. As you can see, there's a lot of kick patterns. Like, if you guys are people who pay attention to the way I make beats, I don't like to use one kick all the time. But apparently in this one, I did use one kick all the time. I just seen 2 kick patterns, so that's why I assumed. And I'm used to using 2 things. So yeah, like I said, not even on front. I'm stupid at it. But here goes the kick pattern. Alright, boom. Clap and snare. Nothing special. Simple. Boom. 808. Like I said, don't like to use the same thing over and over again. But what I did with this, because if I keep using these 2 over and over again, it just gets as annoying if I were to use this over and over again. So what I did was I made it go throughout this, and then like I made it just, I let it be that way for the rest of the verse part. And the reason why is because it just sounds good and it sounds vibey when you just let it be that way. So here's what we used. Here's what we came up with. We are in the hi-hat territory. Now, as you can see, it is chopped up and it is look different. Here's why. Listen to it. Just listen to it. See how that is the way it is? Sometimes, like I said, I gotta stop doing this too. I'm very lazy when it comes to the hi-hats because sometimes it just does take a lot of work. So what I did was I did that. Yeah, I did all this. And then I added that back there. Now, originally I had a whole nother hi-hat pattern. It's gonna show up later on in the beat. But I had a whole nother hi-hat pattern and added it to the end of this beat so that way it just doesn't look like, or so that way it just doesn't sound like it's just repeating itself over and over again, because that does get annoying. Now, I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about when the beat slows down. Now, you guys are going to hear that this sounds cool, you feel me? It goes along with the beat, it sounds good. But I'm going to show you guys what it sounds like with, actually, you know what? I'm just going to show you in the beat. guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the audio. If you did, please leave a like on the video, and don't forget to subscribe. More videos on the way soon. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. I don't want to continue to keep on doing FL Studio all the time. Like, I love FL Studio, love it to death, helped me make some of my best beats, but I don't want to keep making videos about it over and over again, especially in this crappy quality. I may do it, but I may not. So I don't know what's going to happen next week, but obviously there's going to be a video next week. I probably might do a story time or another 420 podcast or whatever, but yeah, it's your boy Aaron, and I'm going to catch you guys on the flip side. Pizza.